speakers will help him work on his lines.
No, Greg, you are just on point today, man. I got to give it to you.
No,
Man, you are on point, dude. Haha. Fucking guy, coke addict, right? Here, let's watch.
I've said this before. It's a bad idea to mix alcohol and communication, especially on a high altitude, because high altitude has a bigger impact on your bloodstream when you're drinking. And so certain bad ideas start feeling like they're good ideas.
Well, because you take medicine, too.
No, I'm talking about alcohol.
No, but you know.
Yo, he did not like that. Yo, Kimberly Guilfoyle is fucking crazy. She's just... Bro, she just straight up is just like, yeah, you fucking take Xanax, bitch. Shut up.
You're fine. Anxiety. Oh my God, you take his sock off.
He's
again.
giving you the eye.
No, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it.
Oh.
Well, the court has...
Look at how mad he is, dude. Let me tell you something, dude. Maybe you should be more understanding of people with addiction if you're fucking blasting Xanny bars. I'm just saying.
True.
Also, Hunter Biden is very cool, so you better fucking shut the fuck up about my king. Here is Kimberly Guilfoyle once again, straight up blasting him.
Greg, because he's a total hypochondriac and a little bit of a psychopath. And so he says to me, see this blue pill, I'm going to take it. I'm being so considerate for you. And I'm thinking, what is this? What does he think is going to happen on this plane? But apparently it's his Xanax. He's a bad traveler. He was like anxious, wondered about turbulence. And he started doing like John Nash, Beautiful Mind, writing all these notes.
It was blue?
It was a blue pill. Yeah. Greg, because he's a total...
He does not like that. This also makes sense as to why Greg Gutfeld lost his shit. Remember when the other commentator said like you fucking you're off your meds right now, and it was like really weird how much he fucking reacted to it. Well, this kind of makes sense because he probably fucking takes Xanax and is like very like offended. He doesn't want people to know that he does it.
It's jubilation. I've just touched down here in Minneapolis, and the tension that was in the air, you can see it somewhat dissipating. I want you all to think about something. 9 minutes, 29 seconds. America, unfortunately, got a chance and should not have had this chance and opportunity to see a man die before their eyes. And as the result of that, a police officer was charged. And there is, as they define, this thin blue line. Folks did not believe that you would be able to convict this police officer.
You sound exactly like Rami. Really?
Here
kind of weird.
In Minneapolis as the result of the thin blue line. But guess what? I
don't think so.
Honorable police officers who serve every day. They got on that stand and they told the truth. Now, I got to tell you, I heard Greg a few minutes ago, and I got to tell you, I don't know, Greg is off his...
So,
meds.
God damn, Twitter video is so bad, dude. Holy shit.
Excuse me?
There was not evidence on that stand, and they told the truth. Now, I got to tell you, I heard Greg a few minutes ago, and I got to tell you, I don't know, Greg is off his meds if he believes that there was not evidence.
Excuse
That's
me?
what I'm saying.
What did you say?
Let me finish.
What did you say? Excuse me? What did he say? Am I off my meds?
Not evidence.
You're lucky you're not around here.
Let me finish.
Now I understand the mind of a chatter, though. When they perceive a weakness within the Twitch streamer and they don't like that Twitch streamer or they want to get a reaction out of the Twitch streamer, they will constantly agitate. Like, I don't like Greg Gutfeld. Now that I know that this triggers him to no fucking end, if he had a Twitch account, I totally get why people, including myself, would be in his chat trying to trigger him by making references to pills.
If you do not believe that there was evidence that
I didn't
was
say
supported to support these charges, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to tell you. This judge, as Janine said, conducted a fair hearing.
That is not what I said.
I'm not finished. As Martha said,
you are finished.
Due process.
What do you think about people struggling with drug addiction? I think addiction should be treated like a disease and not criminal. I think addiction should be treated like the way you treat rich white people's addictions. Actually, even that's not great. I feel like therapy for addiction in America is like dog shit, no matter what your fucking level of income is. I mean, it's a lot better, obviously, if you're wealthy and white than if you're black and poor. Because if you're black and poor, you're like a fucking criminal scumbag that deserves to be shot and killed by the police. Whereas if you're Greg, then you're just taking a couple Xannies to help yourself out. Right? Definitely decriminalize possession, 100%. Portugal, I hate to do this, but I think Portugal has a pretty solid approach to this behavior. Are you happy? Are you fucking happy, dude? Are you fucking happy, dude? Portugal news, dude. Portugal news now, Portugal news tomorrow, Portugal news forever. Dude, I'm responding. I'm responding to, I've heard your fucking comments, okay? Heard your comments. I've taken them in. I'm responding to them. I'm trying to build this community back, build it back better though. You know what I'm saying? 90 day yesterday. Shout out to Portugal today. What the fuck is going on, dude? What the fuck? I spent the last 3 months immersed in the Pokemon card collecting world, and I need to stress that it's not just popular again. It's like so popular that it's causing labor crises all over America. I need to explain to you just how dire America's Pokemon card crisis is. Shut the fuck up. Remember, I said that like at least in the Pokemon card openings and stuff, in the box openings, like there's at least an element that's removed directly from gambling, like slot machines. Maybe I was fucking wrong. I didn't realize it was like this. How the fuck? The research and interest in Pokemon cards brought multiple major well-respected companies to their knees, has caused Target to stores to consider calling the cops, and has led shortages and or price increases to basically anything even remotely attached to the hobby of collecting cards. I know as well because I collected Pokemon cards when I was a child. What's not normal is what's happening at the higher ends of the collecting hobby, and specifically in the graded card market. There's a grading industry in the collectibles world whose purpose is to authenticate and determine the condition of a card. Okay? Grading a card. So it's just in the grading part of the business? Like, I don't understand. What's the labor crises that they could potentially... That's it? I thought motherfuckers were like selling their parents' houses or some shit. My old Magic cards have gone up 100% in value in a couple months. Dude, I have a Black Lotus, boys. Yeah. PSA 10. See? I fucking know. See, I'm such a fucking nerd, dude. The fact that I know what those words mean when a giant chunk of this community doesn't implies that my nerd level has gone beyond, okay? A Black Lotus is the most rare, like most exclusive card that you can get. It is discontinued, and also it goes for, I believe, the last one that was sold in an auction went for $500,000. Someone just said it's 40K. No, the last Black Lotus was sold in auction literally was sold for $500,000. What does the card do? Pop quiz asshole. Draw 4 mana. Or 3? Is it 3? Or is it 4? It's 3, right? Fuck. Got him. I mean, it's true, dude. Or tap for 3 mana, whatever. You guys, come on, dude. You're trying to fucking catch me slipping, but the fact that I know all this shit. Listen, I know the energy of what I'm saying. I just don't know what the actual terms are. Okay, that's one. And two, I've had sex before. So both of those things combined make this genuinely an impressive feat, and you can admit it. It's fine. Like, you can admit that. You can literally admit that. Shut up. Sell that nerd shit, dude? No, I don't have it. It literally went for $500,000. I played as early as 1996. No one we played had one. Not even used a proxy of a BL. It's a myth card and not even usable today. Oh yeah, they're like discontinued, right? Because they would be too OP if you were able to play like in the old school with the old school decks. Like it's just fucking insane. It's an insane card. Straight up fucking pay to win. They're like 40k and 500k one was flaws with the signature of the artist. They're not like 40k. The starting bid is 40k. They go for at least $120,000. You can only use them in Legacy, yeah. Anyway. Okay, well, the sheer volume of orders of the PSA received in early March has fundamentally changed our ability to service the hobby. Okay, so this is not like a bad thing, dude. They made it seem like this was like a legitimate, genuine fucking problem. There's just a lot more demand, and ultimately there will be a lot more supply. I thought motherfuckers were selling. Yeah, I was right. It does start at 40k. That's what I'm saying. Black Lotus cards start at 40k on the auction. Wait, oh, never mind. This is moderately played at $21,000, I guess. Black Lotus Unlimited Edition, Rarity R. It's unlimited. Unlimited trash. And it's been moderately played, dude. Get this dog shit out of my face. What's next? Are you going to... What is this poser fucking unlimited dog shit that's been moderately played? I'm sorry, if you don't have a specific card sleeve and also on top of that plastic encasing, then you might as well throw your card in a hot pit of lava. Okay? Fucking bullshit. Fucking absolute bullshit. You're doing this a little too good? Is that nerd Trump? No. You sure you've had sex? Why would I have time for the carnal pleasures of flesh when I could be focusing on making the greatest deck of all time to absolutely obliterate noobs? This is wasteful thinking. While you were having premarital sex, I studied the fine art of deck building. Yeah, see, PSA 10 Black Lotus. This is what I was talking about. The hipsters of the coast. PSA 10 graded signed Alpha Black Lotus sold for $511,000 in January. There have only been 4 Black Lotus cards pulled on camera as of last year. So how can you even find it? You need to find like old stacks, right? Because they don't print them anymore. So You literally need to find like unopened alpha booster packs, right? It's crazy. I don't know how the fuck that works. But because of how rare that loot is, no one opens the boxes. They just go up when one is sold. Your fingernails are going to be Black Lotus soon, bud. Okay, let's see. New Yorkers are shocked to learn the truth about tax rates.
You telling me that's a reality?
100%.
Wow. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and the mantra of the left is that the rich don't pay their fair share in taxes. Let's go find out if that's true.
Wait, is this an entire video about fucking... Is this an entire video about like net taxes or whatever the fuck they were talking about yesterday? They just like straight up went and talked about... Oh God, I can't believe that they did this. Jesus Christ. Amy on the loop.
Do you think the rich pay their fair share in taxes?
Fuck no, dude.
Do the rich pay their fair share in taxes?
Absolutely fucking not. In America, in the United States, absolutely not.
Probably not fair if all things are considered.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No chance.
No, absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
He's about to own them with facts and logic. Dude, why? See, this is the thing I don't get, okay? The thing I don't get is, like, I know why he's doing this, right? I know what the audience normally would look like for this. What I don't understand is, like, how 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds on the internet look to videos like this and go, this is exactly the cool thing. Like, are there that many fucking hall monitor Andys in your age group Zoomers in the chat? Where they're just like, haha, I've made being the hall monitor my entire personality, but for bad economics. For voodoo economics. Like, you're fucking 14, dog. Like, shut the fuck up. Go jerk off or some shit. You know, be normal. What is this? Like, how do you fucking become a Ben Shabibo fan? You know what I mean? It's so stupid. Like, how... Like, he's not even cool. Like, I get why... Listen... Young people have a rebellious anarchist streak in them, right? They hate authority. Straight up. All young people are, like, functionally anarchists. Now anarchists are going to maul and tell me that, like, I'm not reading enough anarchist theory or something, but you get the idea of what I'm saying, right? They hate fucking, they hate authority. They hate rules. They hate, like, everything is an unjustifiable hierarchy to them. And they get mad at it and they want to fight back against it. Whatever. Parents, school, all that sort of stuff. Which is part of the reason why, you know, I totally understand why someone like XQC is so relatable to the fucking 12-year-olds that talk about how, oh my, he's just like me. Because... XQC is very, you know, he's like crazy. He's all over the place. He doesn't play by anyone's rules. He makes his own rules. That's something that you look up to when you're like fucking 14 years old. You find that to be like a way to live. I mean, it's like a great way to live, right? Like, that's exactly what you would want to be like if you were fucking 14. Play video games all day and like be toxic and maul at people and whatever. So that I understand. I get why people would like XQC. He's entertaining. And it's like fucking madness, right? I don't understand why the fuck you would be 14 years old and like watch Ben Shapiro and be like, this guy appeals to me. Having a boomer moment, lol. I mean, not really. I understand where that comes from. The fucking anarchist streak that people have, like, or not subscribing to anyone's authority when you're younger. I fucking, you know, I'm not that far removed from being a kid. Right? I'm in high school. I have friends who are Trump supporters who watch everyone on the Daily Wire and others are ANCOMs. Holy fuck. Anytime you talk about anarchism, you sound so uneducated, dude. Read the bread book, bro. What the fuck? Oh, God. That's not anarchy. Okay, shut up. I'm using the colloquial definition of anarchism or anarchy and not anarchism as a robust, wonderful, complex ideology that revolves around the eradication of unjustifiable hierarchies and only creating justifiable hierarchies through the process of direct democracy and the principles of self-governance. Jesus fucking Christ, shut up. Okay? Shut up, anarchities. This is why people are making fun of you. Anyway, no, it's just people's parents giving them false security that they will be rich, and that's why you should worry about you is your money. People read the bread book and get so defensive. I mean, I like Kropotkin. I've talked about it before. Anyway.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no.
Definitely not.
Not even close. Yeah.
No.
I can't wait for the turn here, okay? I can't wait for you to turn here. He's going to be like, haha, well, guess what? Did you know that rich people make up 90% of all net taxes? That means that people are actually, by this idiotic metric that no one, and I mean no one fucking looks at the economy over, or this idiotic metric that we made up, basically, that no one else uses, they're actually paying a lot more than they take back. Now, this standard would not be applied to anything from red states taking back more from the federal government than they actually give in, or anything like that. But also, we're just going to apply it here, even though it is a easily falsifiable metric. For example, no one will truly be able to calculate exactly how much rich people take advantage of roads and infrastructure when those roads are still directly benefiting their businesses, for example. Anyway.
No.
Oh, hell no.
No. I don't think they pay their fair share of taxes at all.
Do you think the rich pay their fair share in taxes?
Do they even pay taxes at all?
You can't even calculate the extreme that the 1% has.
Like, these people at the fucking park going about their daily lives actually have a better understanding of how drastic wealth inequality has become in both this country and the world as a whole than this dipshit who is trying to promote a perverted view of how the world actually is.
A lot of them is that they just would rather be dead than see poor people be rich or be well off.
I mean, I know people in America think of Gaddafi as a negative guy, but let's go back to Libya. Libya,
shit.
Free education, free electricity.
Gaddafi was slaughtering people in the streets.
He was slaughtering people in the streets.
So it's a 6 of this, half dozen the other.
I just think capitalism is
Oh my God. Motherfucker was like, here's the green book, bro. Read it.
stupid and it doesn't work. I mean, obviously, look at our country, it doesn't work.
How is it possible?
I love the counter to this, though. It's always like, oh, you mean to tell me capitalism doesn't work? Do you enjoy McDonald's? Exactly, and that's what I thought, sweaty. Ha.
I mean, obviously, look at our country, it doesn't work.
How is it possible for billionaires to even exist in this country?
And you've got the most starving, suffering people on the in the richest country in the world.
Now, wait a second. You come from Zimbabwe. More people are starving in Zimbabwe than here.
They sold me a lemon.
I just think people shouldn't even be able to make us.
I fucking love that guy. And also, let's see. Yeah, no. Mathematically, what that person is saying is literally incorrect. Zimbabwe as a country has 14.65 million people. If the entire country of Zimbabwe was experiencing poverty, even then the American poverty... Let's see. Yeah. So even if the entire country of Zimbabwe was living under poverty, there would still be, 26 million extra people that would that America has that are poor. Now, per capita is different, but he's saying there are more poor people in Zimbabwe than America, so it doesn't fucking matter. America is a larger country, And therefore, he should have said per capita. Did I say 26 million? Oops. Wait. It is 26 million.
Much money as they do.
So you think there should be a cap on income?
Yes, fully.
What we're looking at is serfdom.
What percentage should be paid by the top 1%?
Probably
No,
60%.
70 or 80%.
70.
Motherfucker in the chat trying to correct my math with wrong math, dude. What the fuck?
55.
I think if they could.
Poverty rates are calculated wildly differently in wild countries. Yes, dude, I know. I obviously am aware. There are plenty of different ways to talk about how America is a wealthier nation than Zimbabwe, but he chose the one metric, the one fucking standard where he would literally be wrong. Okay?
Kick it up to 75 to 80, that'll be good, man.
Hit them up for 80%.
They need to be freaking taxed.
Well, what's wrong with 90%?
90% is, I like you. I love you, man. 90%.
Yo, he says it like, he says this like it's such a fucking insane take. It's so strange that like 90% is like an insane take when like they are also the same kinds of people who literally turn around and will literally be like, America used to be so much better in the fucking 50s and 60s. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, what was the top marginal tax rate then? Straight up, what was the top marginal tax rate in the United States of America? That's the question that this dude should be asking him. Like, oh, you say that sarcastically, but like, what's up? Anytime someone is like making a joke out of the top marginal tax rate, ask them the question, when people say make America great again, what do they mean? If they mean the 50s and 60s, what was the top marginal tax rate?
That's 90%.
95%.
Dude,
they can live on 5%.
I think they can live on 5%, man. I get where you're going with this.
They can't live on 5%? 5% of what, motherfucker? 5% of $1 million? 5% of $10 million? You don't think they can live on that?
Man, I totally agree.
99% of their wealth.
Why should people with less money be paying more than billionaires when they literally don't have that money to pay in the first place?
Why do you think poor people pay more than rich people?
Because this country is a joke.
The poorest people are being milked more than the freaking rich.
So do you think that
the top marginal tax rate was 91% during the 1950s? Okay, here's an American Enterprise Institute argument about why we can't go back to sky-high 1950s tax rates, dude. They were no golden age. Higher taxes, lower revenues. Yes. Top marginal tax rate at 90% doesn't mean that, like, all of your wealth automatically gets pooled up and they take fucking 90% of it, okay? That's not how it works. What the fuck are you talking about? The 91er bus crowd forget about the World War II? Did they forget about World War II?
the poor pay a higher percentage of their income?
Yes.
Or the rich?
They do pay a higher percentage
The
of their
poor.
income. Yeah, they do, yeah.
Oh, the lower class.
The poor pay a higher percentage of their income than the rich do? Wait, so he's saying that that's not true? Like, the tax burden for poor people is not significantly higher than rich people? Like, what the fuck?
Definitely.
Pay more.
Yeah.
Lower income people. Poor people.
So the 1% earn about 25% of all the income in America.
So well, there you go. If we're talking about fair share, then, you know, if you're bringing in 25% of the income, 25% of the taxes should also...
That would be fair.
I would think so, yeah.
And would you be surprised if I told you that the top 1% pay 40% of all taxes?
I would be surprised, yeah.
Would it surprise you if I said the rich, the 1%, pay 40% of all taxes in America?
Interesting. Would surprise me. Yeah. Do they?
Yeah.
This is such an idiotic fucking take. Why are people... Oh, okay. Sick, dude. Yeah, no shit. Of course they fucking... Of course they're going to. How are they making the money? It's not like motherfuckers sit around and everybody decides to give them the money. They're literally making that money with that guy's labor. They're making that money with this bald guy's labor, okay? They are generating that kind of wealth by other people working for them. Like, that alone should show you that, like, you play a fucking part in this wealth being generated. How is this a fucking gotcha, dude? You mean to tell me that a billionaire pays more in taxes than a guy who makes $35,000 a year? Haha, I got you. Wow, dude. Shit, what the fuck? You just fucking owned me, dude. That is so insane. I am so obliterated. Thank you. Thank you for this brilliant fucking observation, dude. It's crazy. Crazy, dude. The bottom 80% of wealth in this country own 11% of the nation's wealth. The top 1% of wealth in this country own 35% of the nation's wealth. $1,000 to a poor person is infinitely worth infinitely more than $1,000 to a millionaire. Yeah. Isn't it also a testament to how fucking wealthy the 1% are, that they pay on a surface level the vast chunk of taxes, but still have so much inequity in America? Yeah, I feel like the arguments that he's making that are supposed to destroy wealth inequality end up making yet a more severe, more damning fucking take, generate a more damning fucking approach to income inequality and wealth disparity in this country. As far as the fair share argument, after all of your expenditures, after everything you spend your money on, poorer people end up paying a much larger, like, poorer people spend a much larger percentage of the remaining money that they have on their fucking taxes ultimately in the end of the year than wealthy people do. The rich paid the lowest effective tax rate in 2018. Yeah. The total tax rate, federal, state, and local in the 1950s, going down for here it is. For the lower income, like your income group, adjusting over the years all the way up until 2018, where the effective tax rate for the wealthiest Americans is literally lower than the rest of the fucking percentile. Top 1% should be significantly more as a proportion of what they make, because no one needs $10 million for living expenses while people are going homeless on $30,000 a year. America's richest 400 families now pay a lower tax rate than the middle class. Ultra wealthy households pay a total rate about 23%. That compares with just over 24% of the bottom half of U.S. households. And that came in the aftermath of that came after this came after fucking the latest tax cuts that came for that came as a consequence of Donald Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, which, by the way, a fun little fact for everybody who wasn't paying attention to that, the middle class tax cuts were not permanent. The middle class tax cuts are slated to sunset, I believe, this year, if I'm not mistaken, in the next couple of years. They are already raising after the Trump administration is gone. The way that they are built in is that once the Trump in 2022, they're going to start increasing again, slowly but surely, back to pre-2017 levels. Whereas the tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans is permanent. It's fucking incredible.
Interesting.
So a little more fair than you might have thought.
Yeah.
What percent of income do you think the top 1% pay?
I think they're paying like freaking 2% of that.
They're paying 27%.
What?
27%. What percent of their income do you think?
This is also such a fucking... This is so fast and loose because, like, he's just saying... He's using income, okay? When he should be looking at the effective tax rate. And the idiotic take here is like, okay, well, Jeff... It's like saying Jeff Bezos, how can you claim he's a billionaire when he pays himself $70,000 a year or some shit? Oh, okay, never mind then, dude. I guess that's fine.
I think people at the 50% and below pay?
Probably higher than 27%. It gets higher the lower your income comes.
Wait, so what do you think the number is?
I think it's probably over 50.
It's 4%.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
That's a little more.
What? Wait, what did he say is 4%?
It's higher.
What is he talking about? Who is he talking about when he says 4%?
Probably over 50.
It's 4%.
Like who is the fucking is he just talking about like fucking tax rates for the bottom 50% of income? So we're only talking about taxes on income. 4% is on how much clear can he be? Okay. Okay. There's no fucking way. This is the most insane video I've ever seen.
You think the top 1% pay?
I think they're paying like freaking 2% of that.
They're paying 27%.
What?
27%. What percent of their income do you think people at the 50% and below pay?
Probably higher than 27%.
Less than 15%.
Probably.
And below pay.
Or is he
pay?
I think they're paying like freaking 2% of that.
They're paying 27%.
What?
27%. What percent of their income do you think people at the 50% and below pay?
What the fuck? Wait, that's not even true. What is he talking about? Does anyone know what he's talking about? I don't understand. He's just like making this up. The lowest, he's talking about like what percentage 50% and below pay of the overall, overall taxes. Like how much does the lowest 50% of income contribute to the overall taxes? Is that what he's saying? The top 0.001% of U.S. taxpayers paid 3.2% of all federal income collected. Okay, so he's literally saying, oh my God, that's what a fucking idiotic metric, dude. What an incredible, he's not talking about tax brackets, guys. He's not, or at least he's not talking about the share of, he's not talking about the tax burden on people in the lower percentage. He's not talking about the effective tax rate for people in the bottom 50% of wealth in the country. He's saying that people 50% and below pay an equal share of the income tax, which is just income tax, as much as the top 0.001% pay. That is crazy. That is a crazy fucking... What an insane stat. What an insane fucking statistic to bring up when we're talking about like rich people paying their fair share of taxes.
Probably higher than 20.
Like, this argument only works if you describe to people your worldview, which happens to be, I guess, a flat tax. Like, you have to make an argument here. This entire video, the counter argument to this entire video is that this is unfair only if we should have a fair system, and a fair system in his world, or I guess in the Ben Shabibo, Daily Wire, Marvel Cinematic Universe, is a flat tax rate across the board. But even then, it would like, I mean, even then, it would be fucking terrible. The wealthy would have to pay a gigantic fucking amount. A flat tax would fucking, a flat tax would be, I guess it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be as, the effective tax rate for, no, there's less loopholes in a flat tax rate, but it still doesn't matter because a flat tax rate would still end up absolutely obliterating fucking poor people, and rich people would be able to skirt by on it regardless. Yeah, he's even worse than the flat tax rate. What he wants is what he wants is every American. What he's saying is fair is if every single American paid the same amount in taxes, like in totality. Like I pay $10,000 as a homeless person, and then you pay $10,000 as a billionaire. Like that's what would be the fucking, that would be the most equitable tax system.
It gets higher the lower your income comes.
So what do you think the number is?
I think it's probably over 50.
Okay, I can't. This is giving me brain cancer, dude.
Man, yeah. I need to study up more on this, man. I'm not paying attention to actual numbers.
Would it surprise you if I said that the top 1% pay 27% of their income in taxes?
27%.
And the bottom
of their income. Why aren't you talking about the effective tax rate? Like, why aren't you talking about the effective tax rate for the top 1% of wealth in comparison to the every other fucking percentage of wealth in this country, every other tax bracket? Why are you talking about income? Like, what rich person, what billionaire is like, well, good thing I made $1 billion in my income this year. Like, it's just like, just point to a single rich person. It's like, this argument is so fucking idiotic because it means that Jeff Bezos is in a lower tax bracket, okay? Well, Jeff Bezos' income is $70,000 a year. Okay, good. All right. It's not a matter of phrasing. He's just literally lying 100%.
50% pay 4% of their income in taxes.
Really?
Would that surprise you?
Yes.
Does that seem more fair?
Yeah, it would be pretty.
Yeah. So this video only proved that people have a pretty solid understanding of economic inequality, and and it also proved that if you lie to those people, just like everyday people, if you lie to them in the last minute of the video, then you know your worldview
fair?
will look more agreeable. Conservatism. My worldview is only agreeable if I lie to you. Great. That's what I learned from this video. New Yorkers shocked to learn my perverted, distorted way of framing a conversation in such a way that it's literally so dishonest that it's not true. We're going to talk about Johnny Harris, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's a quick fucking segue. Maybe one that you weren't aware of. Maybe one that you were not expecting. But Johnny Harris doesn't wear shampoo. And guess what? I have an announcement. I don't either. Yeah. I mean, I sometimes do, actually. I use it every now and then. Doesn't use shampoo, and I don't either.
Okay. This is going to piss some people off. Some of you are going to turn your backs on me forever. Sorry to see you go. I have to tell you this reality. I have not shampooed my hair for 5 years. And yet those 5 years have been some of the best 5 years of my hair's life. No more itching, no more oily hair, no more dandruff flakes, just normal hair that does weird stuff sometimes, but is generally happy. Let me explain. Go ahead, take a good look. I know everyone's already doing it anyway. Look at my hair. I've never felt so conscious about my hair because I'm talking about it. Okay, so 5 years ago, I realized that I was in a cycle. The cycle looked like this. My head, which produces natural protective oils, would be washed with shampoo. Shampoo is just a chemical that attaches to these oils on your scalp. And then when you wash that shampoo out, the oils are attached to them and they leave, ridding your head of oils. The shampoo also cleans off any
You need them oils, brother.
pollen or dust that's caught in your hair. So my hair was now clean, very clean. Oh yeah, and this guy isn't me. This is just a stock footage representation of me 5 years ago. Anyway, then goes in the conditioner, which coats your hair with silicone material that makes it shine and restores all of that shine that was lost from stripping away all of those oils. Man, I haven't used conditioner in a very long time, but I do remember that it makes your hair feel like silky butter. Silky butter, is that even a thing? Okay, so you strip away the oils, you coat it with this shiny, silky conditioner, and then my hair would end up just being sort of like a fluff ball. In order to style it, I would put in some product, like some fancy pomade I bought at some fancy barber in Chicago.
Okay, so I never did any of this stuff, obviously, but I used to use just shampoo. Shampoo I used to use was 3-in-1 body wash shampoo, you know, Head and Shoulders type beat, whatever. And because obviously, you know, that's toxic masculinity. You go ahead. It's a toxic heteronormativity, toxic masculinity, whatever. Yeah, I used to use 3-in-1 body wash / hair shampoo, which I think had conditioner in it as well. I don't really know, but I realized that at a certain point that shampoo was not fucking good. So I wash my hair now without shampoo. I've talked about it before.
Pomade is made of, wait for it, oil. It is an oil-based product. So I'm putting oil back in my hair after I just stripped it all out. Meanwhile, my scalp is like, whoa, dude, you just stripped away all this protective oil that we make to protect your scalp, WTF. And so it fires up its natural oil-making machine to produce more oil for your hair. So now you have double oil. You've got the pomade and the natural oils. So now, by the end of the day, you start to feel like your hair is super oily and greasy, and you have all these messages about dirty hair being greasy and oily.
Hey, you have got greasy hair though, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
So what's the cure for this oily, greasy, dirty hair? Shampoo!
Deep cleansing shampoo. It helps take away the excess dirt and oils that can be inside your hair. Right, I reckon we should give it a go and get you washed up.
Let's do it.
And the whole cycle starts over again. In my mid-20s, I also started to realize that my scalp was starting to become like itchy and flaky, which is like so embarrassing, so uncomfortable. And yet, luckily, out there in the world, there is a cure for this.
The problem of flaking dandruff can be solved with just regular use of Procter & Gamble's new Wonder Shampoo, Head and Shoulders.
Okay, listen,
Listen, motherfuckers. Hey, Libs, explain why it says Head and Shoulders if you're not supposed to use it as body wash and face wash. My shoulders are lower than my fucking face. Guess what? That's why I use 3-in-1 Head and Shoulders literally on my body and also in my hair and my face for the longest time.
A quick moment to make it clear that this cycle is my hair experience, which is based on not only my physiology and genetics, but also on my standards and relationship to society and what society tells me to do with my hair. So just to get this out of the way, I'm not here to preach what's right for your scalp. I'm simply telling you what's right for my scalp. In fact, there's this whole movement, sort of a political movement around shampoo and not shampooing. It's called No Poo, which is a very unfortunate name.
No Poo? That's how you listen. That's how you lose it, okay? Like, even a fucking movement built around baby dicks like intactivists haven't created a name that is so stupid that, like, at least when you say intactivism, no one thinks you're talking about circumcision, male circumcision. I wish they called it scam-poo. Like the scam-poo movement instead of the shampoo movement. The no-poo movement is like it literally is called sham-poo. Just say scam-poo. There you go. Solved your fucking optics problem.
For this movement. I'm not a part of that movement. I'm not pushing that. This isn't political for me. I just want to tell you a story about the journey of my hair using a little bit of history and data and research. And again, most importantly, my own experience of 5 years of not shampooing my hair. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's get some context here. Human beings used to not wash their hair very much at all. It was only by the 1970s when ads targeted mainly towards white women would come out saying that you needed to wash your hair every single day and that the dirt in your hair was like weighing it down.
To attract dirt and weigh hair down.
I have very dry hair for the record, and that's why I stopped using scam-poo. And only now I use it, not always. I use it like once a week.
Like this.
And that in order to prevent this weighing down and to get body, you would have to use this product. This also started a whole new set of messaging around greasy hair, dirty hair, which even saying it is like repulsive. So demonizing the idea of greasy hair and pushing this daily shampoo regimen was seen as the only way to fight back against this greasy hair epidemic. Today, Americans wash their hair around 5 of the 7 days of the week. By the way,
for people who are saying like, what if it gets nasty? Then fucking wash it, motherfucker. Everyone's genetics are different. Like, for me, I have found that it doesn't get like oily or greasy until like the 5th day, and that's why I don't do it until the 5th day.
That's about double how much they wash their hair on average in Spain and Italy. And it's way more than the once a month Americans used to wash their hair in the 30s. So let me tell you the story of how this all went down, because I didn't like grow up as a non-shampooer. 5 years ago, I had bought this really expensive, fancy tea tree oil-based dandruff shampoo because I had so much itchiness and flakiness everywhere. I was so tired of that and I was so embarrassed by it. So I was diligent. I would wash my hair with this tea tree oil shampoo every day. The marketing on this told me that I shouldn't use any other shampoos, that all the other shampoos were the devil, and that this was the only thing I could use to treat my dandruff. I ran out of this shampoo while we were on like a trip, so I couldn't order it. And I was just like, okay, when I get back, I'll order the shampoo and I'll get back onto it. And it like took a while. We were on some long trip. I get back, I forget to order the shampoo. I was getting worried about this, but soon, after like 3 weeks of this sort of fear of using other shampoos.
Literally, none of y'all know about black hair then? 100%. I know nothing about black hair. What is it called? Like, I used a word that people were like, that's racist. And I didn't even know, but it's like 3C, 4C hair, right? We looked into it the other day.
Shampoos, I noticed that the itching started going away and that the greasy hair feel started to actually level out. It was actually okay, and I was secretly like, ooh, I probably just got used to it or something. But the key moment happened when I went in to get a haircut, having not washed my hair with shampoo for like a month. I was actually really nervous and conscious of what the barber was gonna say to me, and he didn't say anything. So I asked him, I was like, hey, how does my hair and scalp look to you? And he was like, looks good. It's a little dry, but overall pretty healthy. And that was the moment for me. I was like, wait, what? This guy who sees like dozens of scalps every day, dozens of scalps, that's actually really gross. Like, dozens of scalps. I'm just never gonna say that again. This guy sees a lot of scalps every day, and he had like blessed my unshampooed scalp and was like, you're actually okay. Now, let me just remind you that I've told some of my close friends this story before, and they have tried it and it hasn't worked for them. I'm not saying that this exact thing is going to work for you. The reason I am making this video, because I want to—
Yes, he washes it with water. Everyone, okay. That's why he's not saying I don't wash my hair. He's saying shampoo's a lie. I've talked about this before too, and motherfuckers are like, "What? You don't wash your hair?" No, dude. Of course I wash my hair still. Like obviously, the water hits the top of my head. Okay, I just don't fucking use shampoo.
To have reasons to be skeptical of all the messages that we get fed around this topic.
Nourishing damaged hair back to healthy life.
Regular washing is the only way that you can get rid of that excess oil.
I feel no grease.
A few years ago, I read this kind of obnoxious business book that said that the best way to market a product is to create a psychological trigger that makes people need your product. The example used in the book was this toothpaste in like the 50s or 60s, where the ad for this toothpaste called attention to this, quote, dangerous coating that robs the teeth of their whiteness. Like this film coating that's like on your teeth every time you eat, and it's like dangerous and bad and socially unacceptable. Turns out that this dangerous film on your teeth is a harmless residue from food consumption, and toothpaste doesn't remove it any better than eating an apple. So yes, you should totally brush your teeth, but not because there's this dangerous residue, and now I can't unfeel it. The psychological trigger is baked in, I can't not feel it, and I feel judged because I maybe have this dangerous coating. This same dynamic happens today with the $100 billion hair care industry. They push all sorts of scary ideas about dirty things lurking in your hair that only their product can fix. And they get very rich because of it. Telling you that you have grease in your hair makes you feel dirty psychologically. And what it does is it turns these naturally—
I can't believe they do these in advertisements, which, by the way, of course, on this broadcast right here, we run at the top of every hour. Now, at the top of every hour, we run a 60-second ad break here, obviously, and maybe it'll be a hair care or hair product ad that I will be running now. Of course, if you would no longer want to see these ads, you can subscribe. You can do it for $5, or you can do it for free by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month, and you can use that here at your favorite broadcaster, me, Hasanabi. Here's the ad break now.
Occurring lipids or fats in your hair, which are totally protective and naturally occurring, into this gross feeling, dangerous thing. And more these commercials have these like fancy 3D diagrams to make it feel totally legit and medical. There are medical things here, like dandruff is a real skin disorder. That's something that has real symptoms and should be treated in a real medical way by a professional, not by a commercial with a fake doctor showing you 3D diagrams to sell a product. And no, this lady is not a legit doctor, she's an actor. While we're on the point of dandruff and itchy scalps, let it be known that dry scalp, which is not a skin disorder, it literally means that you don't have enough hydration in your scalp, is not dandruff.
But he's scratching his head. Could be dandruff.
And yet, they share effectively the same symptoms, itchy, flaky. But dry scalp, unlike dandruff, is caused in part by, wait for it, shampooing too much, drying out your scalp by stripping it of its natural hydrating oils. This was my problem in my 20s. I didn't have dandruff. I thought I had dandruff because I was shampooing my hair too much and it was drying out my scalp and making it dry and flaky. All of this gets
motherfucker be like, I was too clean, bro.
Corporations present their advertisements as legit science that's meant to help you feel better. But let's just quickly say it like it is. The only thing they're doing is trying to sell you a product to make sure that you feel like you need it as much as possible. Where this becomes totally below the belt, in my view, is when these commercials tell the story of how you will be socially ostracized if you don't use their product.
Use Head and Shoulders every day.
And this gets to the last point I want to make here, and potentially the biggest reason why I made this video. I don't care about you shampooing your hair. You probably should. You need to determine that on your own. But let us just recognize that we are social animals.
Yeah, and instead of shareholder capitalism, if we had the more ethical stakeholder capitalism, then dandruff would be or these commercials would have less bro science in them to terrify you into submission and purchase.
We live and die by what others think of us. We strive to be accepted by the group at any cost. And my big fear here is that we have given the power of what we need to do to be accepted to these big corporations, these giant machines who use this psychological dynamic to sell us more of their stuff. They have successfully turned hair into a discussion of hygiene and cleanliness, and now we talk about this almost as a form of epidemiology.